A few more questions related with the applicators from Dennis.
Okay.
Is saying if I would think that VRT applicators would need to be ground machines, and also how reliable are aerial VRT applicators or applications?
I have never worked with the aerial variable rate application. I have seen a number of presentations, and I think I even talked to a pilot one time talking about the availability of that technology. Now, doing that with, and I've also just saw a presentation about a month ago. A guy put one of those sensors that I've showed on the ground-based rigs, put it on a plane, but he was just making a map. I don't think there's any way you could do an effective job of variable rate nitrogen with the sensor on the plane working real time, because you're just going too fast. But you can make maps with them. But if you've got a remote sensed image, I think you could make a VRT map for a plane and capture not necessarily the fine features of the variability in the field, but the large features, which, for example, the picture that I'm showing right now, you could put a high rate in the middle of those yellow spots and feather it out to the edges and do it with a plane, and I think you'd probably do a pretty good job from my understanding of the technology. The thing I like about planes is, look at that field and all the dark green corn that doesn't need to be treated. If you're going in there with a ground rig, you're either turning around in the middle of the rows in order to not be driving through all this corn that doesn't need treatment, or you're putting on nitrogen and just hoping that you're going to get something out of it in that good-looking corn. But if you're turning around, you're running corn over, you've got all those row and transit issues with a ground-based rig that you don't have with an airplane. So either way is fine, and it's just a question of what you have available primarily, and secondarily what situation you find yourself managing and which tool is the best tool if you actually have a choice.
Well, thank you. If there are any other questions, I'll just switch the screen for 2 minutes to my screen